free to play gang, welcome back to another video. What the heck? So we have a brand new banner that isn't even released in CN. So this is, I guess, a global banner where the rated up character is going to be Druvis the third, and Druvis is actually one of my really sought after characters. So I'm very hyped that she finally gets her own banner. But let's take a look at Pride When, right? You can see that this banner is not even listed over here. And this banner actually starts in a couple of days. So today is the 7th of November, and on the 9th of November, after the maintenance is done, not only will we be getting Millennia's banner, we will also get Druvis' banner. Now let's take a look at Druvis and whether is she good or not. Now spoiler alert, she is super good. Now based on my own personal experience, I feel like she is an S tier character, but I cannot say for a late game. But for whatever content that we have right now, I think a kit is insane. So let's take a look. Now Silence in the Woods, this is the ultimate mass attack, deals 400% mental damage to all enemies and 1 round of Petrify to the main target. Now what Petrify is, essentially the enemy loses their turn, they cannot use their ultimate, they cannot use any of their skills, they cannot act. Now dispels the effects after taking reality damage attack. So the way you want to use her is obviously without any reality DPS. So you want to use her with only mental DPS, which is really good because Millennia does mental DPS, Pickles does mental DPS, the next banner, Tooth Fairy do mental DPS. So if you get Druvis from her banner, you will be set for the very medium term. So she already has 1 round of Petrify over here. Let's take a look at her other skills, which also has Petrify. So Wind into the Woods. At the base form, 1 single attack does damage. That's it, right? But if you raise this up to 2 stars or 3 stars, dude, this gets damn sick, dude. So at level 2, 1 single attack, you inflict Petrify status for 1 round. And at level 3, 1 single attack, you inflict Petrify status for 2 rounds. Dude, this is really good because you need 2 level 2 cards to combine into a level 3 skill. And this also doubles the Petrify duration, which means there is a lot of reason for you to actually push for a level 3 skill over here. So it's not a level 2 gimmick all the time. The 2 turns of Petrification could be very useful. Now moving on to Early Dawn, mass attack deals 120% mental damage to 2 enemies. This attack enjoys a penetration rate of extra 30%. This skill does not need to be upgraded at all. It's just extra DPS. That's about it. Now moving on to Inheritance, Among the Woods, when a caster is in stats up or positive statuses, damage dealt plus 20%. So this is really easy for you to have extra DPS, right? You may not be able to provide any kind of buff to yourself, but you can always rely on, I don't know, Soneto for example. So as long as you have any kind of stats up, your damage output is gonna increase further, which is really nice considering that she is a DPS character as well. But it should also be noted that she has a way to give herself perpetual 20% damage increase, and that is in her Insight 3. Now as for her Insight 3, when the caster enters battles, all plant allies enter Circle of Life status triggers 1 time. Now what Circle of Life does is damage shield plus 10% and leech rate plus 10%, no duration limit, so this lasts perpetually. Very nice, very cool. So whenever you get hit, let's say you get hit by 1000 damage, your whole team will recover 100 HP at the start of the next round, and at the same time you also have leech rate, which is insane. So you can effectively run her at I3 with a bunch of other mental DPS plant type characters, and this is going to be excellent for you. You're gonna have a really good time. Now as for her portraits, let's take a look, right? Do you need to get multiple copies of her? So for the most part, whatever that she really benefits from this is just more DPS and a little bit more penetration rate on what is this, her third skill, right? Her second skill, I mean. Yeah, her second skill over here, it just increases by another 10%, which is good because it ignores defense. But for the most part, I don't think it's actually very crucial for you to max her out if your sole purpose of using her is to just spam Petrification, and that is huge, dude. This is so much better than Disarms in my opinion. So all in all, I do feel like she potentially has a lot of use. However, do take note that she will lack a little bit of use in Artificial Somnambulism 9. So if you're still stuck on that, you may not be able to use her because the enemies, they are immune to all kinds of control statuses. But I think that's just a very small thing. I don't think that actually changes anything much about her kit. I feel like she's going to have a lot of longevity based on the fact that she's spamming a lot of controls, and there are not many plant type DPS characters right now. I mean, how many can you name me, right? So with that said, that's the end of this video. I feel like this is definitely a banner worth visiting. I personally always wanted to get Druvis, but I think I'm probably gonna skip this banner because I do feel like there are other characters out there that I am trying to gun for, I'm trying to aim for, that might give me more returns as opposed to having a pure Petrification character. So it's kind of sad for me to let this banner go, but just going by the rest of the characters that comes with the banner, I am not interested in those characters at all. It's not that they are bad. Necrologist is really good. She has a anti-death mechanic, but it's just not my game style. So that is something that you might want to consider. Is this character and are the rest of the other characters in that banner, or any banner for that matter, your game style? If it is not, then there is no rush. In my opinion, just don't chase every single banner, right? But this is going to be an excellent banner for new players, and you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to thumbs up. It really helps the channel, and subscribe for more Reverse 999 content. Now that said, this has been very free to play, and as always, I will see you in the next video.